Hello, I'm Teresha Young, relationship master coach, and welcome to Real-ationship Talk. First date jitters and nerves. Ooh, I think most of us have been there. Those butterflies that you get in your tummy, the sweaty palms, your mind racing at a million times per hour. It is completely natural. And we can have these jitters and nerves for so many reasons. And a lot of these reasons are very personal to us. And it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. I want to take the moment to provide you with 5 strategies in order to bring you a sense of calmness and to be able to manage those jitters and nerves that may be showing up for you. The first thing that you can do is mindful breathing. Really take some time before your first date to focus on the power of the breath. Now, when you are able to focus on the power of the breath, you'll be able to calm your nervous system, because your system may be going into this fight, flight, or freeze mode, and it's thinking, I don't know what to do. I'm going to run away, or I'm just going to go forward at a million times per hour, or I'm just going to stay stuck. So really focus on the breath, some deep breathing, inhale, exhale, and also remember to breathe during your dating experience, because you may find that you start to sweat, you may find that you're starting to shallow breathe, your body may start to tense up. Focus on the breath and breathe through that experience. The second strategy is positive visualization. Really imagine yourself and really envision yourself having such a powerful, enjoyable experience. Imagine yourself having genuine laughter with that person, having a deep connection with that person, having a meaningful conversation with that date too. Because the mind doesn't actually know the difference between what is imagined and what is reality. So take some time before the first date to imagine yourself just engaging in the most wonderful, wonderful experience. It can be so powerful. It's a great way to shift the mindset from anxiety to excitement. Really tap into how you'll be feeling when you are on that date, because it can go exceptionally well for you. The third one is preparation. Now, there is a saying, if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. So, where is the venue? What time do you need to be getting there? Transportation, really plan it. What are you going to be wearing? What's the weather going to be like? Maybe even think about a set of questions that you have that you can ask this person, because it's a first date. There may be some awkward silence moments. So you can say, okay, let me think about some questions to ask. And of course, you can go online and you can Google, or you can go into any search engine and you can type first date questions, and it will give you a list of 100. You don't really want to be going with a list of 100 questions now. But what you can do is you can select a certain few and you can say, okay, let me see how I can drop that into the conversation. Thing is, make sure that it's got some context and some relevance around it, because it's going to seem really random if you start answering like really random questions through the actual conversation that you're having. So see how you can apply it in context too. And preparation is really super important, because it can help us to feel more in control of the situation if we are planning, and therefore we don't go there feeling all anxious. When you think about the questions that you're asking as well, be curious, be interested in what that person is saying back to you, so you can ask the questions, and that's the opportunity to bounce back and be curious and to ask further questions. So your active listening skills is going to be super important, because often we can try to be interesting, but really we want to be interested in the person. So the third one is preparation. The fourth one is some form of self-care routine or ritual that you may have. Really prioritize yourself, your self-care before the date. Now, you might want to have a bath or have a nice shower. Maybe there's some music that you want to listen to that's really going to bring you a sense of joy. Find an activity that's going to bring you a sense of joy, make your heart sing, and really relax you in that moment, because then you'll be able to step in with more confidence when you go on that date, because you have poured into yourself. And it all starts with ourselves. So ensure that you are doing that before. Now, the fifth one is to embrace your authenticity. Really tap into knowing and trusting and believing that it is 100% okay to be yourself, to embrace your quirks and all of your unique qualities. Because if you don't see yourself, how can you expect somebody else to see you? So if you're not showing up as your genuine self, it will come out at some point in the future. And then that person may be completely shocked to say, oh, you're not who you said. Your true colors are shining. They may like it, they might not like it. But it's a case of, if you show up from day one as much as your true self as possible, and that's your true self, 100%, just be 100% your true self. And that means having to do some inner work as well. What matters to you? What are your values? What are your goals? What are you all about? Who are you now? Really tap into, you have to know who you are in order for you to be able to bring the wholeness of you to that date. And the right person for you would embrace everything about you. And if that isn't that person, then that's a good thing, because then it creates room and space for the right person to be coming in for you. The person who's going to be completely harmonized with who you are, and equally the same for you. Because remember, dating is a two-way street. Equally, they may be doing their analysis and their assessment about whether it works for them. Both of you have to feel comfortable in the dating experience in order for it to go forward. So those are 5 top strategies, and I will repeat them just so that you can take a note if you haven't already. Now, the first one is to make sure that you are mindful breathing. The second one is positive visualization. The third one is preparation. It is key. The fourth one is self-care, routines and ritual. And the fifth one is to embrace your authenticity, your complete authenticity, 100% be yourself. Now, I hope that has been helpful for you. I'm so curious to know, what other strategies do you apply in order to get you ready for your first date? Drop a comment around this video and let's have an open and honest discussion about that. And if you're thinking, I've been on maybe a few first dates, Teresha, I want a bit more. How can you help me on a one-to-one basis? Then do feel free to reach out to me. I can be contacted across social media, send me a DM. You can find me as Teresha Young. And also visit my website. You can book in a session there. It's www.tereshayoung.com, and I'll be more than happy to have a conversation with you. Until the next Real Relationship Talk, take great care of yourself and others too.